Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I don't know how long it's been for you, but for me, it's been about 6 seconds since we talked to you last. I'm here with your boy Danotage,
Yo, boy! What up?
playing some Factorio. He just got himself some science cooking over here. I got us some green cards cooking over here.
I got science, baby.
Once I finish powering it up here, we're gonna be in good shape.
Dude, stone. Dude, okay, so we ended the recording, and then by the time we hit it again, the stone was done.
Yeah,
That's how fast this science is cooking, though.
that's what I like, dude. That's how it's got to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna work on doing these belts and inserters to work on some green science. Which means I'm gonna have to peel from that again. I'm gonna build it right next to it. I'm gonna move your stuff
That's fine.
real quick. Just gonna move it up one.
I'm just making it ugly in like one spot so that it can be pretty for the rest of the way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just moving it up one. That's it.
That's the dream. Oh, I see what you're up to. Yeah, it's fine. I like this. I like this. We got a good thing going so far. I like this whole island setup.
Yeah, it's
Like I
good.
said, it's got that kind of Black Forest vibe where you get a little bit of time to contemplate your surroundings before you let loose.
Yeah.
A little bit of big game hunters, no rush. You ever play? You play a lot of Brood War?
Not a lot. We had very similar stuff in Command and Conquer too. No rush for like what, few minutes, like
Yeah.
10 minutes or something like that. Where you can actually build something, because like a lot of those games became, if you didn't have the no rush on, it became, well, whoever can build like 10 units the fastest wins.
Well,
I was like, it's the same way every time.
you gotta. At the end of the day, on the ladder, there's no such thing as no rush. So you gotta learn to scout the cheese. You gotta learn to kind of adapt your own strategy for when that kind of shit's coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Zerg rush is such a big gaming term for a reason, man. It's not just StarCraft.
Right.
They'll get you. They'll sneak up on you.
They'll get you. Oh, you got blue inserters already. Damn. Okay. Do we have blue? We don't have blue assembly machines yet, right?
Oh, we're about to. We're about to have everything you could ever ask for in your beautiful brain.
All right. Got those.
I'm running the pipeline here.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna do one. Well, I mean, I don't know what's the ratio on doing.
You're
So I
asking
just
the wrong
created-
person.
Yeah. Okay.
I know so few actual ratios in this game. Like I mostly just kind of do it on the fly. If you look at the numbers, it's not terribly hard to sort of suss stuff out. Most of the stuff is actually designed in a way that makes sense. Like for example, iron mining to iron refining to steel refining is all 1-to-1 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. For the most part.
How to maximize the green science here.
Oh, green science! I've showed you. You know the little system. You run yourself iron. You run yourself some green cards, and you make yourself that little. You do the dance. You run it right up to the line, and then they suck them in, and then they spit them out the other side of the line with that one space gap.
With the what? With the which part of that?
You do the dance. Oh, I need to hand make one of these. For the for making your inserters and your yellow belts.
So you're running it. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. So like this.
Basically, like let's pretend this line right here has iron on one lane, green cards on the other. You run it right up till there. You pop yourself. I gotta build another assembly machine real quick to. Well, I can just go.
Oh, yeah, actually, don't have any either. Oh, there's the blue ones. Blue ones are up.
So you pop yourself assembly machines down there.
This is
and
for.
then you continue this line. Yeah.
Okay.
One of these is inserters. The other one's transport belts.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got gear makers right there. So gears just get pumped up into there, and they steal from the iron that's on this iron and green card belt. And then this just spits out transport belts and inserters onto this next line, because this little break right here obviously stops things from coming up. So you have your belts and your inserters on this line here, and your green producers can just steal right off that.
And you've got green cards automated? Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can steal green cards right off that line. Already good to go. I'm looking out for you.
Thanks.
I was gonna say looking out for number one, but let's be honest. Who's number one?
Number one. Number one. Oh, Doyle rules.
All right, I'm gonna get some coffee while this stuff builds. Entertain the people.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I want to get this green belt from, because if I bring it here, like you said, like with the gears here. So while he's gone, let's talk about how sexual that voice is. I'm just kidding. He's going to listen to this, and I'm just going to disturb him probably. The thing is, I do want to split this fast. It's going to be a problem. Dang it. My brain is dead. It's not working. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. But if I fix it this way, it would be fine. But the thing is, I want to maximize this space. So I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this off right here.
Hey, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
I've got a wireless headset.
Yeah. I'm talking to you sexually.
Even if I'm not here.
Talk to you sexually.
I know what you're up to.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that? Let me see. I want to do... No, it's not going to freaking work, man. Do you want to... Oh... Brain gotta poop.
You broke the tube!
I didn't break a tube.
You broke the pipe. This pipe right here, it feeds everything.
Oh, yeah. No, I did that. Yeah, I know why. Or I'm gonna fix it, I should say.
Okay.
Okay, fixed.
He's done it.
I'm trying to figure out how to get these green cards over here and keep them low. Which means I'm just gonna split them. I'm just gonna do this.
I was gonna say, don't get too caught up. I know it's a mistake you kind of made on your stream, just getting caught up on not making things spaghetti. Don't worry about the spaghetti. Spaghetti's delicious. That's what makes the world go round.
So what makes the world go round.
I'll tell you what, there's no chance in hell this thing's gonna pump out enough assembly machines to justify, what do you call it?
What?
A fast inserter for the output of it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that.
Do this. I'm gonna
Alright,
bring
we've
this.
done it. Blue assemblers are now automated.
Cool.
While we're at it, I'll get a proper yellow belt set up. Almost said yellow card.
Yellow card. Let me start singing. Ocean Avenue, baby. Coming through like you don't blues.
See, I knew Lights and Sounds. I didn't know Ocean Avenue too well.
That's the one I knew. It's really the one I knew. Oh, this is messed up.
Now the question is, because we're recording these ahead of time, we don't really have any feedback going in. Do we want to build lamps on the off chance that people are pissed?
I mean, it's probably helpful anyway. But, I mean, I don't really think it's a big deal. I mean, it does look dark on my recording, but I mean, I put lamps down anyway, just because I think it looks better.
All right, Dan's looking out for you people.
I got you, fam. I got you, fam. What?
All right. Well, we gotta.
What happened?
We're about to start playing the game, Dan.
What game?
Here we go. The whole balancing production versus consumption game.
Uh-oh.
We don't have enough ore feeding
because our
the beast
iron
down
is
there.
choking?
Yeah, I choked out the iron with this damn assembly machine. It does it too. Like as soon as you build this little lane, your iron just it gets tested. If you don't have enough, you'll know about it immediately.
Oh yeah, I can see it already.
All right, well, I'll at least get our yellow belts back to being in good form.
Okay.
And then I'll go work on iron.
All right, sounds good.
Here we go.
So, oh, these are being built.
So I guess it's worth thinking about what changes do we make to make it so that we're less susceptible to hanging ourselves on blue science. It's a tough. It's kind of a tough question.
What do you mean by changes?
Well, last time our base was laid out in such a way that we couldn't really wind stuff around to the points that we needed it to get the blue science and the military science to work quite right. We made it work.
I thought it worked okay. What do you mean? I mean, we just put long inserters and have it wrap around. Basically, what we don't want is we want to open route to this lab over here. Essentially, it's really all we need to keep, right?
Dude, I can't wait to build the sushi tray for the science. I'm excited about it.
Oh God!
Because I know. Oh, you don't worry about a thing.
Oh God! Okay,
Sweet
I
baby
won't.
boy, I've got you.
I won't. I will leave it to you. I will leave it to you. We want that to go.
This all assumes that I can still abuse the shit out of being able to run underground belts, parallel with other underground belts by using different colors.
Yeah,
if I can't do that, we're screwed. Then we're gonna have to build some kind of electric circuit programmer nonsense.
Yeah, which will be fun. Now, do we want to go with electricity technology soon?
Like, I can understand when I see it done, but I wish I could just wrap my head around stuff enough to be good at that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I messed around in Gary's mod with, like, wire mod and things like that kind of use a similar... what would you even call it? A similar level of brain power, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta have that tier... You gotta have about a tier 3 brain, I think, to really make that stuff work right.
The programming stuff?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta be like half electrician.
It's not that hard. I made an elevator in Gary's mod.
Oh wait, Gary. Sorry, I'm thinking about this game. No, Gary's mod. I don't know anything about.
You ever play Infinifactory or like Shenzhen.io or anything like that?
No, I've heard of all of those though.
I don't think Shenzhen.io would be good for you, but I do think Infinifactory would be right up your alley. Especially if you like this game.
That. Yeah.
This game is Infinifactory is basically this, except the overall concepts are slightly simpler, but it's done in 3 dimensions, which make them way more complicated.
Okay. Now you're talking to me. I like 3 dimensions. I'm in 3 dimensions actually, so I'm biased to say that 3 dimensions are the best dimensions.
So like you're basically trying to create some sort of 3-dimensional object, and you're manipulating it with various... It's different than this game. Like, it's similar in the fact that you're moving things around and doing the whole dance, but it is different.
Okay. What there's something that I've thought of that made me think of why I like this game, and I can't remember what it was. But there's something that's all about automation and making something go by itself that just it makes you just feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
There is.
I don't remember what it is though. Okay, so now I've got these going perfect. Okay. All right, this makes everything nicer. Makes everything nicer. And then for this, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6 for now. Green science is pretty fast, right? 8.7 seconds versus 5.5. And how many do I have here? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6. All right, this should be good. Cool. Take this. Oops, wrong way. Doofus.
Whatever, it'll work.
And then I'm going to bring it right back down. Ooh. Oof, but it's too sexy. It's too sexy. I can't handle it.
Good.
It's too sexy.
That's the way we like it.
We don't need blue inserters to come out of the green science. They don't come out that fast. Okay. More yellow inserters. Damn it, dude.
They'll get you, man.
Yep. And we are choking. I'm choking iron even further.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
It's being solved, sort of.
Are we almost to red belts?
Oh hell no.
Not even close.
If we started making red belts, we would just immediately choke this entire system to death.
You're absolutely right. Well, I mean, but wouldn't red belts also help feed it?
No, not right now. We're not suffering from a.
We are suffering from lack of drills, right?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I've been watching that's pretty much exactly mediocre? Sherlock.
Exactly mediocre. I like that. I heard Sherlock is good though. Am I wrong?
I mean, it's fine.
Or are they wrong? I should ask. It's fine. I mean, I guess I understand that.
There are episodes that like I don't really feel compelled to watch to completion, which I don't know if that's a good sign.
Not like sex.
Yeah. I think pretty much you're gunning for completion every time there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's exactly mediocre. There are some episodes where it's like Doctor Who, which makes sense because I mean it's the same showrunner if I understand correctly.
Yeah, pretty much. I think more or less that's what I've come to understand.
Like sometimes they can, most of the time they can make me give a shit.
You have like one good episode every like 6, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit better than that. I think the biggest thing with Sherlock though is the episodes are a goddamn hour and a half long. Like by the end of the episode, you're like, "How the hell did we get here?"
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I mean, because like it's a mystery show, right? Like it's Sherlock.
Yeah,
so it's
good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I can see that getting stale real fast of having to be that long.
Well, I mean, the initial mystery, like if you go back and try to watch the beginning of whatever episode you finish, you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did it get so off? How do we get here?
Right.
And it's doing it for a reason. Like, it all leads into itself. It's just in a very long-winded way. Something brevity is the soul of wit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm all for having long episodes or movies for a purpose, but I mean, it's very easy to get lost in that, though.
Says the people making fucking 40-minute Factorio episodes.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
What else are you gonna do? Besides watch it or besides make them?
Besides make them. I mean, we can't. There's no reason. I mean, let's be honest. It's a slow game, right? It's a slow game. That's what we got to do. So it's gonna happen. However, we can always edit these down. You don't have to watch every single bit of it. And when you're watching Sherlock, you don't want to watch every single. You don't want to write every single bit of that mystery, because that's just gonna get like, oh, this dude's writing on a piece of paper, which we're basically doing that, but If I get off my lazy ass and put this into an editing program, it doesn't have to be that, right? But I'll guarantee you right now, this is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and I don't think this game. Personally, I get mad when people edit this down. I'm like, I want to see what you've done start to finish. Like, I don't watch a ton of Factorio myself, but when I do, yeah, I want to see your work.
Yeah, put that on the paper, man. Yeah, I feel the same way. And I mean, sometimes I'll watch an episode and I'll look down for like 5 minutes because I don't really watch too much YouTube or Twitch without doing something else. I mean, when it's your job, it's kind of just what happens.
Yeah, if I were watching this series from a viewer's perspective, we're also running low on electricity, but I will fix that. if I were watching this from a viewer's perspective, I would be using this to like fall asleep to, basically. That's how I actually consume a lot of YouTube stuff.
Well, it depends though. Because like most series, yeah, and I mean, if I'm not invested in this, obviously I'm gonna fall asleep to it. But like I've been watching a couple of people. Shout out to the NLSS and stuff like that, where I wanted to follow them, at least try to. It's a kind of a pain in the ass when you have 4 or 5 people all running their own videos and stuff like that, and you want to watch every single perspective. But yeah, I want that to happen, so I try to follow it, and I try to follow what the steps they did. But also, I mean, I think it's a fair enough point to make it to where you can tune in and out if you're not too invested and be like, oh, I can kind of see how they got there, or at least I see the blueprint of what they just built. But sometimes, in a game like this, especially when you got a player like myself who's kind of learning still, I mean, I haven't been playing for very long, I'm still learning. I build something, I realize that it's wrong, and I rebuild it, and you don't get to see that if you kind of tune away for a little bit.
Yeah, and also I shut off power the entire base.
I see that. My green science has been
I'm not 100% sure this is reversible. Oh yeah.
What did you just do?
I broke everything. We've done it. We're back.
We're just building more onto it, right? Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't even think that it's necessarily a knock to say that you like fall asleep to somebody's content.
Oh no, I love it. I absolutely love it when people say that to me.
Yeah,
no joke.
It's like, it's chill. You got a good thing going.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you not to fucking scream into my ear and wake me up.
Well, I mean, for anybody that watches my show, you know that I till 4 a.m. in the West Coast, and then it's later in the morning, but still in the morning on the East Coast of the United States, and then obviously for like UK and Australia and New Zealand, I'm either evening or morning. So there's no I'm not in the middle of the day. There's no reason for me to be high energy or anything. I mean, I get high energy when people donate to charity and stuff like that, but I feel like that's, it's just something you do. Something you should be doing because it's for the kids, man.
I remember when I first started watching, I don't notice you doing it much anymore, but when I first started watching, you kind of marketed yourself as the after party. Place where you kind of chill out once everyone's gone to bed, but you're still looking to party. Stop on it.
That's when that's until I found how glorious the relaxation community from Lethal Frag has become. No, dude, it's just so much nicer just to relax. And when you find games like Factorio, you're like, well, it's not a game to get hype about. It's a nerdgasm. I feel excited that I figured out this puzzle. I feel like, I just figured out this super, super difficult crossword puzzle. I'm not going to jump up for joy about it, but I'm going to feel real good on the inside.
Hell yeah.
And I think other people that are watching also feel that. The same thing. It's like they're not going to jump out of their seat or anything, but they're definitely going to be like, oh, dude, he did it. It's awesome. Hell yeah. Drop emotes in chat.
No emotes on YouTube.
Goes. Well, whatever.
Actually, there are. They're mostly dongers, though.
Really?
Hell yeah, raise your dongers.
Raise your
I think dongers are a Twitch thing, too, aren't they?
Yeah.
It all blends together.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. I mean, this is going on Twitch, too, so whatever.
You're saying, oh yeah, you're doing the whole... Now, that's something I would like to talk to you about, because I noticed you were talking about kind of the advantages to it, or that you were excited about it. I'm curious, I haven't looked into it personally, so this isn't like, hey, fuck Twitch. This is genuinely what makes you excited about it?
About what exactly?
The whole Twitch uploads, or the ability to have the... And you've always sort of been able to do uploads on Twitch, but...
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I mean, since TwitchCon last year, which is not that long ago, but it's long enough ago. But I mean, so one, I have an establishment on Twitch. It's a thing that exists there. Obviously, I want to branch out, and there's a bunch of lovely people on YouTube that I want to to start, getting their attention too, because, well, I mean, it's a different community. So obviously I want to be able to hang out with as much of a community as I possibly can. And I'm going to do that still. Like, these videos are still going on YouTube. They're just going, they're going both ways. Two different audiences. I think that's fair enough to do. But since I have an established audience there, I don't want to neglect them or anything, spend any time not doing stuff for them. And I think that a lot of them do watch recorded videos. However, we talked about earlier, people watch YouTube are going to possibly watch Twitch, but people who watch Twitch might not necessarily watch YouTube. But it's on there. People already know the channel's there, and let's face it, with a lot of both of these platforms, it's about people who know who you are, not necessarily that you have something super outstanding and prolific to where it's going to be found because it's amazing. It becomes viral super quick. It's about, it's about, as much as I hate saying this, it is about a little bit of a grind and getting those followers to find you. And I have that on Twitch, so why not, kind of see it there.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously, I want to grow still, so I'm still going to put stuff on YouTube. It goes both ways. That's how I feel.
Are there two different Danotage channels?
For YouTube?
Oh, there definitely are. What the hell?
Is it for YouTube?
Yeah, why do you have two different channels?
One should not exist. I thought I deleted it.
The
youtube.com/Danotage is the real one.
Okay. Yeah, the one I'm looking at has Dragon Age, or a couple episodes of a Dragon Age 2 playthrough.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the one that shouldn't exist.
Yeah. It's from a long time ago. The last one has some Isaac stuff on it.
Yeah.
I dabbled in Isaac and I had fun with it. I feel super overwhelmed with the game.
It is so difficult, unfortunately, to come in immediately right off the bat with Afterbirth Plus. There is just so much going on. Like, I think people underestimate just how, not necessarily overwhelming, but just how intense it can be to be hit in the face with, like, everything at once. People don't realize how much of an advantage it is to very slow. I mean, I've been playing Isaac since, like, 2011, 2012, somewhere in that area. Like, I cut my teeth on the game when there were something like 80 items total in the pool. Like, they were all interesting items, but there weren't a lot. Now there's something along the lines of like 400, 500. There's these new bosses that are exceptionally difficult. Bosses have consistently gotten more and more difficult earlier and earlier, in my opinion,
which makes sense because they have to, because people have been playing the game.
But for a brand new person to come in and get smashed in the face with, like, the fucking haunt on Cellar 2, like, you're gonna get your shit kicked in. Like, gurglings are a huge pain in the ass if you don't know how to deal with them. Little Horn is just always a huge pain in the ass if you don't have the right... Well, he's not too crazy.
No, and Little Horn's he's usually one of the first bosses I fight.
Big Horn's a dick. But, like, Monstro used to be, like, the hardest boss for me. And, like, looking back on that, I'm like, holy shit. Like, those were the days, dude.
Right. And, that's the thing, too, is I have no problem with learning all that, but it was all timing, right? It was all timing, because the time I got into it was a time that I wasn't finding any games that I wanted to play. I had already played most of the content, and Oxygen not included. I was pretty much finished with Darkest Dungeon for a little bit until the DLC came out, which, we're going to pick up back again, but doing something different. And I was kind of done with everything, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try some Isaac." A bunch of my friends stream Isaac. I know a lot of people in the Isaac community. I'm just gonna try it out. And I started doing it, and we streamed it for a while. And I got back into FTL. Found out that I can actually win at that game. And then more games started coming out. I found Factorio. I found more Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I'm streaming now again. It's like it just found more stuff, so it all compiled onto each other, and it's like, oh well, I guess Isaac's going to take a backseat again until I run out of games to play, because, well, I need my full focus on it, and since I don't, it's not going to be fruitful for my brain, essentially.
That's a big. I mean, we can get into a little bit. That's kind of a just issue in general with not necessarily the games industry, but being more dedicated, I don't even want to say dedicated, but just more avid gamer, is that there is just a deluge of really good shit coming out constantly. And
Yeah.
you're kind of either in one or two camps. Either one, you don't work so you can't really afford it, or two, you do so you don't have time to play it. It's like the whole money versus time value proposition.
Catch-22.
I mean, streaming's a little bit different because you can kind of do both at the same time, but people seem to think, especially from an outside perspective, people seem to think you can just stream whatever you want, which technically is true, but practically, especially if you're trying to make a living off it, is not.
Well, right. I mean, that's kind of the point that it goes on to what you're talking about too. It's like, well, with so many games coming out, you have you want to play everything that's coming out, and people want to buy everything that's coming out, and either they can and they don't have time to play it, or they, like you said, they can't and they want to see it. But at the same time, like, people want to see a certain game and they want to see you complete it and they want to see you do a lot of stuff with it. But in order to do that, you got to stay on that game for a long time. So then you have another catch-22 of, if you want to do that, you can't play every new game that comes out because there's a new game every other week. So it's just like, well, I play a lot of Factorio because there's new updates coming. There's a new update coming out, and to be able to do it, we got to play it for 3 days a week for like 3-4 weeks in a row. And by the time those 3-4 weeks are up, there's been 4 new games that came out. And since you didn't jump on them when they first came out, you missed the boat on whether people want to watch it or not. It's not easy to call that. It's definitely something you got to sit there and be like, well, what decision do I want to make? Do I want to stay with Factorio? It's doing really well for me. I'm having a ton of fun with the game. Or do I want to go play this new game? Because it seems to be something people want to see. I mean, you know that. You know about that.
I just play RimWorld, dude. I don't care.
I mean, that's what I'm at that point too. I just play Factorio because I play Star Wars because I love it. Well, that's basically what it's turned. I mean, so I guess that my point into saying all that is because that is all the reality of the whole thing. I end up just playing the thing that I want to play that day because it's futile to really hurt your head over the whole thing because there's no reason to. In the end, people are going to watch you because, well, you're having fun with something. And, if I'm having fun with it, don't matter what the hell it is. I could play Tetris Blitz, which is that stupid game they pushed at Comic-Con years ago. But if I'm having super fun with it, people are going to go because they don't care what's on the screen most of the time.
Yeah, people are attracted to that. I mean, whether they're fans of you personally or not, people are just attracted to somebody that has a passion for what they're doing, and whether that's a game or whether that's a job or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at some YouTube channels that are like, you take a step back and you are like, how the hell, like, why am I enjoying this? Like, I sat there and watched this dude make cheese. Like, he just makes cheese, and it's pretty similar.
For
like
4.5 hours today. Yeah.
Cheese making isn't all that varied.
Yeah. For 4.5 hours today, I watched Andy Milonakis get drunk in a liquor store on Mexican beer. Yeah, he didn't really say anything prolific or profound, and he wasn't like being super hilarious, but I was entertained fully. So how do you explain that?
It's Andy Milonakis. You're not quite talking like Patrick Stewart or something.
Right, but that's the point. Is like he wasn't even being like the full 100% Andy Milonakis. He was being a dude. It's like, all right, well, let's just see what happens. I don't know. I had fun watching it, so it's like, he was having fun doing it.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about.
So it's like, yeah.
I think people get way too caught up with Twitch, with numbers and what is most efficient and quote unquote the grind.
Agreed.
All that stuff. It's just like, do what you like, because if you don't, at the end of the day, how long are you going to stick to the grind if you're not enjoying what you're doing? And also, why are you here?
I don't know that one.
Pet peeve of mine.
Christ, that scared the shit out of me.
What was that?
That was Alexa just like out of nowhere being like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm like, who is there? Who is in my space right now? It's a fucking robot, dude. I hate this thing so much.
I'm telling you, dude, robots are gonna kill you, bro.
Like, I'm cool with the lawnmower Roomba, not cool with Alexa.
Alexa's gonna kill you, dude. What is happening here?
Spaghetti.
Oh, would you build another one?
Yeah, dude.
Did you just build this? Oh, I see.
We need so many of them.
I know. I mean, what's the point I was trying to make with that? Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, people get caught up in numbers a lot, and I think there is something to that. Like, numbers do mean something, but I mean, there is a lot of proof on Twitch, and I'm not gonna say numbers because that's gonna date this video heavily. But let's say I have 200 viewers. These aren't real numbers, obviously. That's what I meant by that. Is I say I have 200 viewers on playing a brand new game. Okay, cool. Let's say I drop 50 subscribers, which are, that's how I make my money. Let's say I drop 50 subscribers. On YouTube, it would I don't think there's a similar thing to that, but it's not the same as what subscribers mean on YouTube. Talking about Twitch subscribers.
Yeah, you can drop your view count, and if you alienate your core audience, yeah, that's gonna happen.
Well, then, yeah. Let's actually. So I think YouTube. Let's make it both ways. So let's say you get 200 new subscribers on YouTube, but your average viewership drops. You make less money. You got way more subscribers, but you make less money. And then what I'm saying with Twitch is, I'd say I have 200 viewers on Twitch, but my subscribers drop 50 because what I just did was I hit a popular game that my audience, my core audience, didn't necessarily want to see, or I didn't really think I was having that much fun with it, so it wasn't that much, and it wasn't that entertaining. But it was new, so people checked it out right away. Then they found out that I wasn't having fun with it, so they stopped watching. It's like you got to do what makes you happy, and if you stop doing what makes you happy, then you might as well stop doing it altogether because. Like the example that was just shown, you're going to stop making money, so it means you're not going to be able to pay your bills, or you're just not having fun anymore. So what does it matter? What does that number of viewers even matter anymore?
Correct.
I'd rather stream for 50 people and have 300 subs than for 300 people and have 50 subs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You want that core loyal audience.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect sense. Dude, what is going on with iron? I keep adding stacks and
dude, I swear, ever since this freaking update, iron has been the bane of everything. Well, it looks like this splitter is kind of splitting up the iron ore a little bit, so that means it's splitting it up even more over here. But then it's fully stocked over here. So I'm confused.
everybody's getting enough iron. That's not an issue. True. Like this is an inefficient setup. We're getting a 50, 25, 25 ratio, but
do we want red belts out?
I don't even think that makes a difference. They just aren't cooking fast enough, dude. Because
but we've researched
stacked here either.
I researched steel furnaces. Do you want to start building those?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do we have steel? We need steel.
We need to make steel.
And brick. I'll work on brick. You want to work on steel?
Sounds good.
Right.
Oh yeah, we need to be kind of going hard with the stone too, because we don't want to get caught with our pants down in terms of expansion time.
How's this episode length?
We're sitting at about 40 minutes. Okay. We can probably.
You want to build stone and steel next episode?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Sounds good.
Let's go ahead and cut it. See you guys next time.
Bye.